Hit and reach my peak. I'm the same as for the summer. I will never fold. I present it origami. Get it how I want it. If you need it, take it from me. When the wounds run deep and the outcomes please don't sleep. This is something that I keep. It's the courage of the weak. This is how I make emotion from a creep. Holding it without a leak. This is deep. It's the courage of the weak. World's weakest. Yeah, timid and nervous. Fighting in the dungeon for my family's service. After reawakening, I made a 180. Cause money gotta make it, man. I'm here to make a statement. I'm just here to be the greatest. I'm just here to raise the stats. Completing every mission like I'm ready to attack. I don't know how to act when I'm running through these legends. Got me acting like I'm on it. Hit and reach my peak. I'm the same as for the summer. I will never fold. I present it origami. Get it how I want it. If you need it, take it from me. When the wounds run deep and the outcomes please don't sleep. This is something that I keep. It's the courage of the weak. This is how I make emotion from a creep. Holding it without a leak. This is deep. It's the courage of the weak. Rocking with 100 from career. That's right, no less. That's the whole career. Put that on my mama. I do anything to free her. I do anything to see her. Cause I know my sister need her. So I'm only looking forward. The goals are in my view. Activating my potential. So I'm acting brand new. Super Mario, the obstacles. I'm hopping over you. She'll look how this wish came true. So this is what I do when I'm running through these legends. Got me acting like I want it. Hit and reach my peak. I'm the same as for the summer. I will never fold. I present it origami. Get it how I want it. If you need it, take it from me. When the wounds run deep and the outcomes please don't sleep. This is something that I keep. It's the courage of the weak. This is how I make emotion from a creep. Holding it without a leak. This is deep. It's the courage of the weak. Playing with the system, killed the old me. Bet nobody missing him. Prime time player from a nobody. Turn you into my shadows if you don't stop me. Transform from a wagon to a Bugatti. No questions, I don't answer nobody. Representing probably when I'm running through these legends. Got me acting like I want it. Hit and reach my peak. I'm the same as for the summer. I will never fold. I present it origami. Get it how I want it. If you need it, take it from me. When the wounds run deep and the outcomes please don't sleep. This is something that I keep. It's the courage of the weak. This is how I make emotion from a creep. Holding it without a leak. This is deep. It's the courage of the weak.
All right.
Seriously, what the hell's wrong with you people?
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome back to Strong Arm Flix. Hey. What's up, Jeffrey?
Nothing. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Dante Brunson said hello. Andrew Jackson, what up? He said, release the Ayer cut. I can't wait to blaze up to the Ayer cut, drink and smoke up with Zach and David. Hey man, you and most of us, brother. You and most of us. Man, oh man. So Jeffrey, did you see all of the pictures and images? Well, not all of them. There was like one or two. There was like two new ones the other day. Me and you were talking about them over on the Twitter sphere.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go over that real quick because this is a stream about #release the Ayer cut. And me and Jeffrey Warfield have been on this train for a long time, far before others. And you know that this is our heart and our passion. And just like with the Snyder cut, and you know, some new interesting things have came to light that maybe not all of you have seen or know about. So let us dive over to the Twitter sphere real quick. And let's see what we've got. So I'm sitting here chilling. I'm at work, and I see new shit getting dropped over on Twitter. And I have Jeffrey. He's messaging me, and I'm like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I'm looking. And I'm like, "Wow." I'm like, "Okay, this is new." And there's a long running theory that me and Jeffrey have had that a lot of people have been, not a lot of people, but a couple of very loud voices have said that they didn't think that this theory that we had was right, that, you know, it changed too early on from principal photography and the Ayer cut and all this. So Jeffrey starts out with this first, and he said, yo, those look like parademon wings, homie. Hashtag release the Ayer cut, restore the Snyderverse, tag your boy at T-Flame-G. So I get looking at it, and I'm like, holy shit. This is a new, never before seen behind the scenes of the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. Right here, you can see this one's much clearer. For some reason, this is the kind of image where, like, the more you try to zoom in, the more it pixelates. Some images stay crystal clear, and you can zoom in and all that and whatnot. But you look at this one's a lot clearer, and I don't think I'll be able to zoom in on this one. But if you look right here, there is. It looks like a canvas sitting here, and these are all the parademons. Look at, they've got the black. They're in the black suits with the horns, with this white like foam shit, or like white, like, I don't know what it is, like cloth that's ripped hanging on them. And they got the glowing eyes. The parademons were going to look slightly more different and demonic in the Ayer cut prior to the Snyder cut, because of the way that they came here, because of things that we still don't know about that take place in the movie, et cetera, et cetera. But this one right here is bigger than the rest, and this looks more like your typical, not typical, but like your classic parademon. Look, if you look, and Jeffrey pointed this out, let's go back to the one that's bigger now. I guess it's blurry, but look. It's hunched over. Look at it. It's got wings. They're pointing straight up in the air on both sides. You know? It's got horns and wings.
Mm-hmm.
And what is this right here? Well, a mother box could be sitting right on this. This is either the device that they use to open the boom tube, like we've been talking about, or a mother box. And a lot of people have been saying that, you know, Steppenwolf couldn't have been a part of this. Parademons weren't in this. Boom tubes weren't in this. This confirms that David Ayer shot 2 fucking versions of the Ayer cut.
Yep.
Okay. And when he said that he changed it early on, that it was changed early on, like I was telling people back when he first said it almost a year ago, and I'm not bashing on David Ayer, but he has only recently came 100% full on truthfulness. He's only given us full truthfulness. You know, he's been trying to not throw shade at the company. He's been trying to be a loyal soldier. He's got a military background. You know, he considers, like, you know, all of this shit almost dishonorable in the beginning. He lied through his teeth for the studio, saying that the bastardized theatrical cut was his, that's all there was to it. That's all, folks. And that was wrong. He lied. And, you know, he later on, it was basically explained in not so many words why he did. It's very easy and clear to see. But like we've all speculated, he lets his art and his actions speak. He doesn't come out with his mouth because he doesn't even now want to bash the studio, even though they were goddamn wrong.
Yep.
Okay? So right here, me and Jeffrey, like I always thought, and I'm not gonna, let me clarify, like me and Jeffrey Warfield have been telling you guys, you know, this clarifies to me because I've seen the third act. Okay, so there is two versions. There is the Ayer cut theatrical, right?
Yep.
Just like how Zack Snyder had a theatrical cut of what, 214?
Yep.
But when we got the Snyder cut in all its glory, it was over 4 fucking hours.
Yep.
Okay, because he had a theatrical cut, but because the Snyder cut wasn't released theatrically, we got the whole shebang.
Yep.
Slightly different circumstances, but you get where I'm going with this, okay? So his theatrical cut to the Ayer cut, he filmed, it still had Incubus in it, okay? But the Zit monsters were more demonic. They had horns. There was a boom tube.
Yep.
I don't know what happened, what didn't happen with that. But then I know for a fact that Incubus in the theatrical Ayer cut had a full-on megaform.
Yep.
And that is what people are confusing for Steppenwolf. Okay? Now, there is other scenes. There is a Steppenwolf, but let me get to that first. Let me get to this first. So, and I'm going to pull this up real quick for everybody, Jeffrey.
Okay.
All right. Let's get into it. Okay, so right here, okay, this is how. Now, does that white cloth shit look familiar now?
Yep.
Because guess what? Them things were supposed to look like Incubus. They were supposed to have a similar appearance, not similar, but they were supposed to look like they were the same race or the same kind of species. You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is the compromised Ayer cut. And in the compromised Ayer cut with unfinished CGI, this is what Incubus was supposed to look like in his basic form. Now, when he powers up to his mega form, that's when he looks like this. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm making sure the screen stays on. That is when he looks like this, right here. And he's got the fucking wings, a staff, he's giant, and guess what? That's his mega form. Now, Enchantress, she looks completely, and of course, Joker is there.
Yeah.
Joker's there. Enchantress, her basic form, but here's the difference. Here, right here, well, there should be better ones right here. Here is her form, okay?
Yep.
This is her basic form in the Ayer cut, unfinished CGI. Then she has two different stages, but basically she has two stages. But, she's got an in-between stage in this concept art they may or may not have used. But this right here, this is her final form. Again, you see she has her own version of wings. She's got a headset type of deal, long cloak, and actually here it is right here. Here's her mega form. There it is. There it is.
And
her and her brother have a mega form. And you see all the eyes everywhere, like Illuminati? Okay, these monsters were going to look like that they repurposed. We're going to have these eyes on them. But they weren't going to look as fucked up as they did in the theatrical cut, okay? I don't know what kind of species, what way they were going to go, but that was their version, David's version of transitioning over from parademons to what they became. Now, what's the full, what's the full-on reasoning, or what are they supposed to be? Well, we haven't seen it, so that's not explained, okay? So now, check this out. There's still a boom tube thing going on. Now, it's a quick flash, and you'll miss it, though, all right? In the Ayer cut, the theatrical Ayer cut, when it opens up, it lets out all these soldiers, these demonic, parademon eye monsters. But again, they look completely different, and there's something different, but they're not parademons in the theatrical Ayer cut. Now, in the true original Ayer cut, that's longer and not compromised whatsoever, this is still intact, and he clearly shot what he wanted to shoot. Now let's go back to it. So now here, this is the original Ayer cut third act, non-compromised, non-theatrical. And here you can see that they have a stand for a mother box. There's a full-on parademon right here. Right here in the background, you can see that they've got this these things right here in a green screen, because that is where the boom tube would open up above the sky, would be right here. And then up here in the ceiling was going to be the Armada. That's what that was supposed to be, an old ancient ticking gear clock. It was going to be the Armada. And then when that thing locked into place right here in this area, the boom to boom was going to open up.
Yep.
The Enchantress was going to be here, and right here at this stand was a mother box. And these are all fucking parademons right here.
Yep.
And yes, there is a unfinished CGI Steppenwolf that was shot, but there was no effects done. And you can see it in the concept art. Now let's go back and look at more concept art, where you can see just how far along they got with the Steppenwolf shit before last minute they pulled the plug on it. That is why he initially went into this and shot, look at right here. You can see it. David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Steppenwolf's Arise at the end of the Ayer cut Suicide Squad, Ayer cut for real. And this is on Reddit. And I believe David or somebody did drop this. And this is just concept art. But look, again, you can see full-on parademons, Steppenwolf himself. So
Yeah.
this confirms to me now that there is 2 Ayer cuts, just like there was technically 2 Snyder cuts. But
Yep.
see, the difference is with the Snyder cut is that Zack's compromised version, we didn't get. Okay? We didn't get to see it. We didn't get concept art from it. We know all this because of the fact this fucking thing still ain't released, that this movie came out like over 6 years ago, and there's a lot of shit that people have been compiling about it. And more stuff is coming to light every day. There's also in the script, and I ain't got time to bring it up, okay? In the script, let's see. And as you see, this is the real concept art.
Yep.
For what that shit was supposed to look like. This is the rough. You see how it says David Ayer with the dates across it? This ain't just concept art, dude. This is the rough, this is like in the movie.
Yep.
This is look at Jeffrey. You don't stamp this property of Warner Brothers and put David Ayer with the dates on it. And what does that say? 2015?
Yeah, I think so. It does look like a 5.
Yeah, that's a 5. It could be but my point is, this is actually from in his rough original cut. This is how much more wicked and gnarly. And see, here's the thing. The original uncompromised Ayer cut, if we do get the Ayer cut, unfortunately, we probably won't get the uncompromised version, because that one, they would have to sink at least 30 to 40 million. They'd have to sink at least $30 million into, now is it worth it? Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, they gave Zack Snyder $70 million, and look what he did with that. But again, that movie was on a larger scope and was twice as long. But right here, look at Jeffrey. There we go. There it is, the concept art for that boom tube I was telling you about. And then if you look right here, there's no one around it right now, but you can see that fucking stand right there. You see it?
Yeah, same stand too.
Yep. And then look what's in the background. All the the army.
Yep.
See? Now this, like I said, this is the theatrical version where there wasn't a Steppenwolf, but there was still a boom tube. You know what I'm saying? Incubus had a megaform. Enchantress had a megaform. This is in the theatrical one that was probably done that we just never got, except for a hair of CGI. Now, the original rough, the original Ayer cut, non-theatrical, uncompromised, was shot. He shot. We seen the script where Diablo, Jeffrey, was talking to somebody. Who was he talking to? Was he to Boomerang?
Captain Boomerang.
And he says in the script, and this is on Twitter, you guys can dig this shit up. And look, even here, in this, look at what you see. I mean, yes, that's just art, but still, this information is out there. People gotta look at this, and this is old, but look at Film Junkie. Look at how these parademons were gonna look, man. Holy shit. But
and there's another shot here where you see like early VFX work of Enchantress turning into what could be like a second semi-megaform.
Right.
So yeah,
I was trying to look for it. But look, here's it.
No, you passed it. Go up.
I'm going up. Hold on. I'm going.
Yeah, keep going up. It was, it should be,
this one.
Yeah, this one right here.
Now, David Ayer dropped this, and this is how she probably looks in the theatrical Ayer cut right now. Because, there is CGI work done. And look, you see the Illuminati eyes in the background and all that shit?
Yeah.
And the dark shadow and all that. This is how she probably looks in the actual cut he's got on his desk right now. Ready to go with light fucking VFX needing done to polish up some shit. But I'm telling you guys, is it likely that we'll get the uncompromised version? It's probably not likely. If we get the Ayer cut at all, I'm not going to complain. But how fucking cool would it be? And why wouldn't we be able to get the original version, you know?
Yeah.
The original version, because the most uncompromised is gonna be the darkest, the most serious. It's gonna be the most connected to BVS, the most connected to Zack Snyder's Justice League, and all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And even if the initial plan was to have them full-on fight Steppenwolf, it's been this long since then, and Zack Snyder's Justice League exists now. So I'm sure if they gave him $30 million, he'd go in and he would still keep Incubus in there, but keep it, take him from his theatrical Ayer cut, but then he would still have that boom tube open and have maybe a slight cameo from Steppenwolf. Why the fuck not? Because all the dialogue is there, all the scenes have been shot, all the practical shit is in place.
Yeah.
So basically, regardless of what cut we get, they need finished. The third act needs finished. Now, again, the theatrical Ayer cut needs the least amount of work. This is what we're going to, even getting this would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm okay with that. I mean, it's all up to date. It's not all up to date. It's up to the studio. But then after that, it's on, if the studio's like, all right, green light, go ahead. Here's some dough. Then it's going to be up to David and what he wants to do. Whatever he decides to do, I respect and I'm down with. But I just want to put this to rest because me and Jeffrey were right about this theory for a long fucking time. And a lot of people were sitting there were naysaying and saying, no, that was abandoned early on. He said so. David confirmed so. Yes, he did. But that was a long fucking time ago. And you know what else David said? A whole lot of shit that wasn't fucking true.
Yep. And and that's really the thing. Like that's the thing. Like, let's say what you said is true, that it was abandoned early on. Like, it was abandoned early on. Like, how far is early on into production? Like, he could have practically done all that stuff, and then when it came to post, it could have been abandoned. That could be what he meant.
Yes.
Like the post-production stuff. That's when they abandoned it. But because obviously, like, once again, you have like a clear, and I'm using air quotes here, like a quote clear picture of one of those of what looks like a parademon, where you have like someone in a practical suit that looks like he's positioned like a parademon hunched over with its wings up. Out.
Yes, exactly. So, and like I said, and this is the key difference, right? Because once they told him early on, his reason was the Justice League arcs evolved. No. They knew that they were going to fuck Zack Snyder over, is what they knew back then. And they wanted to disconnect his film as much as possible from Justice League because they, you know what I'm saying? They already knew what they were planning on doing. Okay? And you can see that they started with this movie first, and it kind of went under the radar, flew over everybody's head. The movie took a huge hit by critics, and you know what I'm saying? Movie still performed outstandingly for the budget it was on, made a lot of money. The soundtrack was phenomenal. The songs were too many of the soundtrack was forced down the throat of the fucking movie, though. The movie should have had a score with maybe one or two songs where need be throughout the entire film.
Okay? Right.
Now, that's probably how it was in his cut. But also, you gotta understand, too, that this is the biggest difference, okay? When you see, this is how in my mind, you can tell the difference between the two versions of the Ayer cuts. Because one version, right?
Yeah.
You see this? It's more humanoid-looking soldiers. In this version, the humans were turned into these monsters by the Enchantress, and she has this ultimate form, all these Illuminati eyes, beautiful, would have been beautiful, crazy, demonic, never before seen, blow your mind, supernatural type shit. And the effects were poorly done on the theatrical bastardized cut. Okay, because what they were supposed to look like was similar to that with all the eyes, but they were supposed to still resemble soldiers, have guns, have memories to a degree of who they were, but be like possessed with eyes on them and shit. And let me pull up this picture right here. This is the one. This is how you can really tell. Hold on. Where's it at?
Yeah, he posted it on Instagram somewhere. It was in one of his stories.
Yeah, I know. I just seen it the other day. Right there. Look it.
Yeah.
So look it now. If you look at this, look close. There's a face right here. This is a human face of the person this used to be. Their face sunken in. Their face is sunken in. There's all this crazy shit everywhere. There's the eyes everywhere. But look it has fucking horns. This is the version. This is the Ayer cut theatrical. Okay.
Yep.
Now okay. So this is how you tell the difference, right? Now, in the true Ayer cut, uncompromised, you have this.
Yep.
Which is actual fucking parademons. Which means that this is parademons and Steppenwolf.
Yep.
And this was shot. The fucking practical shit in the physical footage was shot. Like with the actors, CGI is all that's needed to be done for both versions, no matter which one we do, no matter how you slice it. This is confirmation, flat out, that there is 2 Ayer cuts and that the third act was shot. So if he got far enough into the original uncompromised cut to shoot physical footage and have practical effects and actors in place for a Steppenwolf, then how far? Then that means that he had to have filmed the whole fucking movie with that version.
Yeah.
If he got all the way to the end of the movie, then that means he filmed the whole movie with the scenes and the dialogue that needs to be there.
Yeah.
And with the actors. Now you see on this one, look at how much clearer this looks, because this version is like 90% done, the Ayer cut theatrical. And this will still got the Joker in the end of it still. It's got fucking more menacing looking monster soldiers, that are holding guns, got these Illuminati eyes, which are explained in that cut of the movie, and it has to do with all the eyes that are supposed to be on the Enchantress that we don't see in the bastardized cut that we got in theaters. So even no matter what version we get, it's going to be phenomenal. But my point is, though, I just want to now that we can finally be excited, Jeffrey, because me and you were fucking right. For one, and for two, we can now put this to rest now.
Yep.
That this was abandoned so early on that it was just a concept that was not. No, he shot this shit, man.
Yep.
And his thing talking about it was abandoned early on as the Justice League arcs evolved. That was him being nice and playing fucking softball with the studio, not wanting to say, I shot one version, and because of the backlash, they made me shoot a whole nother fucking version. Yep. And then when it came out, they took control of it and chopped it to fucking pieces again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that means. People need to stop taking that to fucking face value. Okay? Because I think what it is that David don't want to talk about the uncompromised cut, because right now he knows that it would need a lot more money. And right now he'd just be happy dropping the theatrical cut because it's mostly done, and he ain't even got to do the special effects. He can just kind of oversee it. He's not the VFX artist. Obviously, he's not going to do the fucking effects personally anyway. But what I'm saying is the work on his side of things is done. They throw him some dough, and he can just boom, boom, wham, bam. You know what I'm saying? And be done with it and be happy and move on with his life. And I get that, And but at the same time, we got to stop pretending and start asking these hard questions. People that get these responses from David, they need to start asking these questions and just stop and like I said, David was very open about him playing that. He literally didn't straight up say that I've been lying, but he's completely changed his story on almost everything over the years, because in the early on first 2 years, He got dog walked to the point, and then Warner Brothers kicked him off of the Birds of Prey project, kicked him off of the Gotham City Sirens. They basically cut contact with him, took his projects from him, and then left him out there and hung him out dry to just get his fucking face bashed in by fucking haters and critics for years, till he finally had a fucking enough. And when he seen that the Snyder Cut was about to be released, and that, oh my God, you mean this could actually happen? I could actually have my vision seen, it could really happen. Then he started just changing up his tactics, coming forward more with the truth little by little until we got to where we are now.
Yep.
And I just want to put that, like I said, again, another some more fire dropped on your head by Jeffrey Warfield and Strong Arm Flix. And we've been telling you guys this for a minute. And like I said, realistically, if the Ayer cut is going to come out by the end of this year, we're probably going to get the theatrical version. Yep. I still would be more than happy to see it. I would be jumping up and down. But what I'm saying is, guys, is that I just don't get why so many of you are AWOL over on Twitter. So many people that rode so hard for the Snyder Cut are just not there like they used to be, or just some of them not there at all. And we, you know what I'm saying? And there is still a strong movement and a strong voice for this, for the Ayer Cut, but nothing on the scale that the Snyder Cut was. And I don't know why we are settling and why people ain't going hard. Because, Zach worked on this movie with him. Zach shot the fucking scenes for The Flash. You've got, the one man who shot Ezra Miller's Flash, shot it, but honored the characters without altering them and made sure his characters matched the tone of Zack Snyder. We've got Ben Affleck Batman in there. We've got Ezra Miller's The Flash in there. You know what I'm saying? We've got fucking a Steppenwolf in there. We've got Parademons in there. I don't get why people, this is the Snyderverse, people. Wake the hell up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. And on top of that, what happened to Jared Leto's Joker? Look at this. This is a whole different fucking movie, man.
Yeah.
This
is the third act.
Yes. And I don't understand. People know we got the Snyder Cut released. How they partook in it. So where are you at? Well, I don't understand. Lightning can strike twice. And for what we're hearing, it's going to. But I'm telling you, we need to look at this like this. That looks spooky as hell.
Yeah.
That's in the movie. I don't know what that's about. But it's just like everything was reshot that we've seen, man. Even the things that were similar. Like, for example, this clip that they released. Even that was this is the real scene. Just a picture of it. But that took place like this in the theatrical version. And this is how it really took place.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just, more breaking exclusive news on the Ayer Cut. We got to keep fighting, guys. And let's jump into the comments. Jeffrey. We got Dante. He said hi. We said what up earlier. Andrew Jackson. Even my grandmother wants the Ayer Cut. We got Sean Franklin in the building. What up, man? Slipknot fan. Hey, he said, what's up? David Jr. Tolson. He said, here's what I want. Suicide Squad, the David Ayer Cut, and a Zack Snyder's Justice League Special Edition where Joker says, we live in a society. And Bruce meets Green Lantern. Yes, that would be, man, that would be fire as fuck. Integrity 101, Justice League 2 is inevitable. Chad of Snyderverse, what's up, y'all? Yeah, man, there's just, DC Talk with Extended. What's going on, brother? Everybody smash that like button. Yup, he said, what's up, Jeffrey? Always good to see you, DC. Let's see. Just got here. Are we talking about Steppenwolf and the Ayer Cut? Yes, we were. Yes, we were. You'll definitely have to run this back. Let's see. Okay. Okay. I don't know what they're talking about, but all right. Let's see. There we go, right here. Cheddar Slavers, hoping the Ayer cut drops this year. I've been thinking of rewatching the extended cut of Suicide Squad, but not sure, to be honest. The extended cut is actually much better, but it's still overall the bastardized theatrical cut. But the things that they added back in there with the Joker that wasn't there, about him talking about his memory being fried. He's like, you erased my mind, and all that shit. And the motorcycle chase scene where you can see how his acting performance is largely going to be when he has time without the editing, just chopping and moving and jumping all over the place, where you see him driving, he gets out and he talks and he walks around her, and then she gets out, you see how savage she is, she blows that trucker guy the fuck away. It adds a little bit to it. The bar scene was beautiful, that was added back into that version. That was the extended scene that where they really talked about shit. That was great. It's worth a watch, but I'm telling you, you watch the extended cut only just to give you the hype, to remind you of what you're missing out on, what we need to fight for, which is that real damn Ayer cut.
Yeah. So.
But yeah. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
But yeah, sorry, but I gotta go. But yeah, this was
I'm gonna go too soon.
This was a good stream, so yeah, I gotta go. See you next time, man.
Yep. See you later. This was a great stream. See you, Jeffrey. But yeah, guys, this was a great stream, and we wanted to keep it short, drop the truth, drop the facts on you guys. And if you guys came into this late, I'm telling you, it's a short one, and you're really gonna want to hear this one. So please rewind it, all that shit. I've got to head out of here too, guys. Thank you for watching Strong Arm Flix Live. And until next time, my friends, peace.
I wonder if my habits will kill me. I don't know why, but I get that feeling when I walk into the building. There's this feeling